The phone I have with me today is the Redmi K100 Pro Max. So, is this actually a major upgrade over the previous generation? Well, if we're talking specifically about the processor, it appears to be the same as the previous model. But when it comes to almost everything else, there are some pretty significant upgrades.
A quick shout to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Mikey from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
Let's start with the color. This particular version is called Cabernet Sauvignon Red, and it's also the signature color of the K100 Pro Max. It's essentially a deep wine red finish that looks quite premium. Design-wise, Redmi has kept a lot of the styling from the K90 Pro Max. The button placement is familiar, and even the overall camera bezel design follows a similar approach. However, there is one detail that immediately stands out. The small Bose speaker on the right side is noticeably larger than the one found on the K90 Pro Max. The camera module itself has also changed. Instead of having the lenses protrude as much as they did before, the new design is much flatter and feels more integrated into the body of the phone. Another noticeable change is the smooth transition around the entire frame. This section is made completely from metal, giving the phone a more solid and refined feel. The rear panel might look like it has a frosted texture, but when you actually touch it, it's surprisingly smooth. Interestingly, the same type of material is also used on the key fob. Now, the first major upgrade I want to talk about is the display, because this screen is definitely worth paying attention to. The K100 Pro Max uses M11 luminous material, and just to clarify, this isn't Samsung's M11 material, it's M11 luminous material from Huaxi Optoelectronics. Compared with the previous generation, the luminous efficiency of the green pixels has increased by 20%, while the overall luminous efficiency of the display has improved by 8%. This is also the first K100 Pro series to introduce PTSF technology. In simple terms, this allows the display to achieve wider color gamut coverage. The phone also uses superpixel technology. Because of this, the actual image quality can look sharper and clearer than you might expect from a conventional 2K display, while consuming less power than a 2K display, and even less than some 1.5K screens. So, essentially, you're getting a sharper-looking display without paying the same power consumption penalty. The refresh rate has also been upgraded to an impressive 185 Hz. On top of that, the screen offers up to 900 nits of manual brightness and can reach 4,500 nits of local peak brightness. And when you're using this phone outdoors, especially under direct sunlight, the brightness efficiency of this display is seriously impressive. The speaker design has also received an upgrade. The small speaker on the K100 Pro Max looks considerably better, and there's an interesting lighting effect around it when you're playing music. Wow, that actually looks really good. The red lighting works together with a white light strip, and the light effect moves along with the music, which gives the speaker area a much more dynamic look. For the audio hardware, Redmi is using two 1115D full-screen symmetrical dual speakers. There's also a dedicated subwoofer, along with a 1620 MHz processor handling the audio experience. As for performance, the phone is powered by the 5th generation Snapdragon 8 Elite, and let's be honest, this is still one of the most powerful Android processors available right now. In Android benchmarks, it's easily capable of scoring more than 4 million points, which is already something we're very familiar with. But then there's an obvious question. Why didn't Redmi use the upcoming Snapdragon processor instead? Personally, I think the biggest reason is the cost. The price would almost certainly go up significantly. Chip prices are increasing, and the same is happening with memory, storage, and camera sensors. So, as new phones launch, especially flagship devices using the latest high-end processors, we're likely to see noticeably higher prices than before. That's why I think the K100 Pro Max could have a real advantage if Redmi manages to bring it to market at a very reasonable price. At this positioning, offering this level of hardware while keeping the price competitive could make this phone a very attractive option. Of course, all of this only makes sense if the phone comes at a reasonable price. And since the K100 Pro Max is still positioned as a gaming-focused phone, Redmi has equipped it with a second dedicated graphics chip. This allows the phone to deliver a much better gaming experience with features like Super Frame and Super Resolution. The Rage mode has also received a completely new level of underlying optimization, allowing the phone to push its performance even further. A number of games have already been optimized for the 185Hz experience. For example, CF Mobile can now run at up to 185 frames per second, while Subway Surfers also supports 185 FPS. Even Genshin Impact can reach 185 FPS without experiencing frame drops. We also ran some simple performance tests on Genshin Impact, CF Mobile, and Subway Surfers, so you can take a look at the results and see how the phone actually performs. But there's one thing I really want to highlight, and that's the touch response in CF Mobile. It feels extremely responsive. The phone supports a 4800 Hz touch sampling rate, and it also comes with Hot Zone Touch 2.0 technology. Because of this, finger movements and swipes across the display feel incredibly quick and responsive. For action-heavy mobile games, that kind of touch response can make a huge difference. When playing Genshin Impact, I would also recommend turning on both Super Resolution and Super Frame. Once they're enabled, the visuals and overall movement feel significantly smoother. Compared with the traditional 60 FPS experience in Genshin Impact, the difference is really noticeable. Moving on to the cameras, I'm personally quite happy with what the K100 Pro Max offers. The main camera uses a 200-megapixel sensor, while the telephoto camera appears to be the same as the previous generation. There's also an ultra-wide-angle camera, and the telephoto lens continues to offer 5x zoom. It also does a good job with relatively close-up shots, which is definitely useful. For a better idea of the actual image quality, you can check out the sample photos I've taken. Most of these images are straight out of the camera. Occasionally, I may make a small adjustment to the tone, and on some photos I add a film-style look, but for the most part, what you're seeing is straight out of camera output. Overall, the color reproduction is quite accurate. And finally, let's talk about the battery. The K100 Pro Max comes with a massive 9,070 mAh battery. Honestly, 9,070 mAh is getting pretty close to 10,000 mAh, which is seriously impressive. That's a substantial increase compared with the previous generation. The phone also supports 100-watt fast charging, along with both wired and wireless reverse charging. So, after looking at everything the K100 Pro Max has to offer, do you think this is the right phone for you? Personally, I'd say the best approach is to look at what you actually need. If you're already using the K90 Pro Max, I don't think there's a strong reason to upgrade, at least when it comes to performance. The K90 Pro Max is already an extremely powerful phone, so the difference in processor performance probably isn't enough to justify switching. But if you're coming from an older generation, such as the K80 or even the K70, or if you're currently using a competing phone, then I think the K100 Pro Max is already a very powerful option at this point. Of course, you can always decide to wait for the next generation, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep in mind that smartphone prices are likely to continue increasing in the future, so it's something you should be prepared for. And that's everything for today's K100 Pro Max video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm Hang Feng, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time!